Hi there, welcome to this video. I am Natasha, and first off I'd like to welcome all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope your time on my channel is time well spent. We are closing into the holidays, and for most people it's a time of celebration, but some people are dealing with issues that most prominently come up during those holidays. That could be grieving the loss of a loved one, or that could be dealing with depression or loneliness or things like that. And I thought it was suggested to me, I have to say that in all of honesty, it was suggested to me by one of my viewers, and I thought it was an excellent idea to give some attention to that aspect of this time of year. So I selected a couple of oracle decks and tarot decks that have, in my opinion, good messages for people who can use a bit of support and a bit of help and guidance in dealing with the issues that I just mentioned. Now I am going to give you a couple of choices again. And then I will draw one card for each deck. So I think I like these colors today. So the first choice is going to be the golden andara. The second choice is the blue andara. The third choice is the orchid andara. And the fourth choice is the pink andara. Now, if you are interested in these andaras, I have a link in the description box below to the retailer who sells these stones. I am madly in love with them. They are amazing. As you can see, I do collect a lot of crystals. I've always done from very young age on. And I quite recently came into contact with these andaras, and I have to say they are magnificent. So if you are a lover of gems and crystals, I highly recommend going to Elemental Ascension. I leave the link in the description box below so that you can easily find her website. She has amazing andaras for sale. Now let me get started with the reading. For the golden andara, I can get lost in these stones. I love how the light comes through them, and so all right. So these are your cards. I will turn them over and see what the message of the cards for you is. Yes, this is a very clear message. If I look at all these cards, this one came out of the deck in reversed position. I usually don't work with reversed cards, but when they drop like this, I take it in regard, because I believe that there is no such thing as coincidence. Now let me see, we have this card, and this card is about magnificent visions. It's about being able to envision where you want to be, where you want to go, but in a positive way. I go into them deeper later on. The Five of Water is the card of sadness, of grief, of mourning, of feelings of loss and sadness, loneliness, well, kind of the feelings that this reading is all about. And we find the Seven of Spring in reversed position. The Seven of Spring is akin to the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is about feeling alone in opposition, feeling threatened, feeling the need to defend yourself, but it is reversed. So that tells me that there may be a lack of being able to stand up for yourself, or a lack of being able to defend yourself, your ideas, your choices, and things like that. And that is stipulated with these two cards as well. This card is about protection and the ability to set your own boundaries, but also feeling safe in this world. Well, that ties in very well with this card, because if you have trouble standing up for yourself, people will usually go over your boundaries because they are not clear enough, and that means that you don't feel safe. So this is all about setting boundaries to prevent bad things from happening. This card is about the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is the chakra of willpower. It's the chakra of the ego, but not in a negative way. Usually the ego is portrayed as an evil and bad thing that must be abolished. That is not true. The ego is an essential part of who you are, because it defines where you begin and where others end, or in other words, it defines your boundaries. It makes you strong enough to defend your own boundaries. Now, I can tell from this combination of cards that you probably run into the same issue over and over again. It starts with you trust someone, you confide in them, and then they disappoint you. Either they go over your boundaries, they ask too much, they want too fast, they want too much too fast, they want you to sacrifice things, or they expect you to carry the burdens for them, or solve the problems, or whatever. And if this happens enough, you begin to lose the feeling that the universe is a nurturing place. So this all has to do with the development of your solar plexus chakra. That means there are a lot of exercises you can do, but it's very telling that these cards come up with this golden andara, because gold is the color, or yellow is the color of your plexus solar chakra. So what I can tell you is that you benefit from associating with anything that is yellow or golden, especially if you find yellow calcite or tiger's eye, stones like that. Citrine is also very good to wear around your solar plexus chakra. Now, if you don't know where that is, it's a little above your belly button. About this distance above your belly button, there is your solar plexus chakra. You can benefit from color therapy, using yellows, goldens, It's also good to find sunshine, because the solar plexus chakra is very much like the sun in our solar system. It's a golden light shining out, radiating out, and also what you need to learn, but that is more of a mental nature, is you need to learn where you want to be, how you want your life to be, and what boundaries are necessary to maintain that. Consider your life as a garden. Usually if you have a garden, you put a fence around it to prevent wild animals from eating your plants. That's exactly what you need to do. You need to fence yourself a little more off, and then this card can come up in upright position, which means that even if people are trying to get into your garden, if you don't want them there, you will be able to keep them out. So this is a problem that I can see that you have had from your childhood on. This tells me that probably in your upbringing, your parents or your caretakers went over your boundaries. I will not go into details because there's many ways that can happen, but it means that you need to begin with visualizing your own place, your own sacred space where no one can enter without your permission. Do exercises that strengthen your solar plexus chakra. I can go into the chakras and exercises in another video, because it would take way too much time to go about it in this video, but I will make a video about how to strengthen your chakras, and that will be in a holistic way. So not just meditating, but also physical exercising, mental thought patterns that are prevalent, and things like that, so that you can become aware of certain dynamics and in a healthy way strengthen the chakra that you need to strengthen. But for you, like I said, use the goldens, the yellows, meditate on gold and yellow, wear gold and yellow, and test your own boundaries. Whenever you go into an interaction, ask yourself, do I want them here or there or there? How far will I allow them? And if you're not used to that, the first time you begin to set your boundaries, you're pretty much like, no! That will diminish the more you do it. So it takes practice. If you're not used to setting boundaries, the first times you do that, you come off extremely strong. You might be yelling, you might be quite desperate, because it takes a lot to get you to the point where you find the courage to do that. I've been there, I know. But once you do that and practice it often with little things, if the cashier asks you, would you like a receipt? Think about it. Don't answer immediately. Think, do I really want this receipt or not? Do I need it? Do I want it? If I take it, what will I do with it? Will I throw it away, or will I keep it and check if there's anything wrong with it? You know, figure out for yourself what you want. That is this card. Envision your own goals, your own, what you want. And then say yes if it's aligned, and say no if it's not aligned with your visions. And if you practice this consistently, you will slowly begin to see that the universe accommodates you. So if you have no boundaries, you let everybody in, the universe accommodates that. But if you set boundaries and you really give off a signal, no, I'm serious, I really don't want it like this, I want it like this, then you will find that the universe is flexible and changes with you and accommodates what you desire. That is what people usually regard to as the law of attraction. But I believe it's more a law of resonance or a law of mirroring. But anyhow, whatever comes to you from outside, from the outer world to you, at you, is a reflection of what goes on inside you. So that is a piece of wisdom that you can use to define what you need to do in order to get this card upright and be able to defend your boundaries. And that will make you feel a lot safer, and it will become much easier to find your goals and to reach your goals and to find people who are willing to help you, because you might be surprised that people who are always who are always going over your boundaries, if you start setting them, at first they will be like, what? I could always do that. Why can't I do that? And if you just explain them, you will find after a while that they are pretty okay with that. And if people are not okay, trust me, you're better off if they leave your life. And that's what they will do. Because if they want, that's the kind of people that takes advantage of you. And you don't want that kind of people in your life. So, I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, please leave a like, share and comment. You can also become a Patreon. I've got some wonderful benefits from there. You can get access to an exclusive material and a discount on my personal readings. I used to have my Facebook group as a private group, but I decided to open it up because I want the group to grow. I want more members. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description box below to my Facebook group. I'm still working out what to do with it, so bear with me, but I hope to see you there as well. And if you want a personal reading, you can contact me. My email address is in the description box below. If you don't want that but like to see more of my videos, you can subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye. So for all of you who chose the blue andara, I will prepare your reading. So these are your cards. I will turn them over and see what we have here. This card is about intuition. We find the Hierophant. We find the Six of Summer, children and the childhood, the return of people or love relationships from your past, happenings, remembering things differently, more positive or more negative than they were. And for these, I wanted to get one card as usual, but these two cards really stuck together and I really strongly felt that I needed to get them both, so that's why I took two cards for this time. Healing Heart and Self-Confidence. I can see why these two wanted to come out together. And we find this card, Sing and Dance. I feel that these three cards are very related, and this is very much to do with a you have the card of intuition and you have the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is about spirituality, but not so much about intuition. The Hierophant is much more about tradition. We've done things this way always, so that's why we do them this way. It's very hard to break with traditions without repercussions from the people around you, because the Hierophant is usually traditions in a communal way, like in church where you have mass. There's a certain ritual going on there, there's a certain tradition, a certain order in which things are done, certain taboos are there, and certain necessities that things, if you skip them, you break the tradition. So this is very much about a bit of rigidity in living your life, as opposed to the flexible and ever-changing intuition. So what I see here is that there might be some tension in your life. On the one hand, you might be a member, maybe even a respected member of a church, which is very traditional, where you have to follow certain rules and certain rituals, but also you have your intuition, and these things are sometimes at odds. And then becomes the question, well, what do you follow? Do you follow the traditions, or do you follow your intuition? No one can decide that for you, because this is also a choice of you. You've got to remember that. If you feel that this situation is no longer fitting for you, maybe you need to take heed to that feeling. Otherwise, if you constantly feel that you are being how do I say this correctly? Being tied to a certain way of thinking, a certain way of living your life, you may suppress your own intuition. And if I look at this, with this, the Six of Summer, which is very strongly related to childhood memories, nostalgia, and in combination with these two cards, the Healing Heart and Self-Confidence, I feel that you may have grown up in a household where tradition and religious tradition were very, very important and really structured your life. And it affected you as a child. You probably weren't allowed to be the child you felt you are. And that of course wounds you and harms your self-confidence, because you get conflicting messages. You get this intuitive feeling, this feeling from inside, like I want to do this or I want to be that, and then you get this feedback from outside. No, you must do it this way. No, you cannot be that way. We want you to be like this. And then your normal development as a child gets interfered with. So, and that usually causes wounds and the damaging of self-confidence. And it also, maybe you grew up in a strongly religious household where music and dancing and having fun was not permitted. And this card gives you the message that you should sing and dance, because it elevates you, it heightens your energy, it's good exercise, and it's not just a way of releasing energy, but it's also, like I said, it heightens your mood. When I grew up as a child, I was also very restricted, but I did go into my room, which was very, very small. It was more like a closet than a room, but I had 1 square meter, and that's where I danced. I danced like my life depended on it, and it was such a good way of dealing with tension, with stress. It was such a good outlet for frustration, and also it was wonderful exercise, and it releases stress from your body as well. But I feel here that there is probably in your family a very traditional way of life, and you feel bounded by that. You feel like you are limited by that. You cannot be who you want to be because it's looked down upon. And there is this balancing of tradition versus intuition, inner motivation versus outer traditions and obligations. That is very difficult situation, and I believe that this card, singing and dancing, also has a very positive effect on your self-confidence, and it will help heal your heart. Music can be extremely healing if you have the right music for it. If you don't have very negative lyrics, but if you have uplifting lyrics and happy music or loving music about beautiful things, that can heal your heart. It can open your heart chakra, and by singing and dancing, I am pretty sure that that will help you regain your self-confidence, and it will heal your heart, because you are definitely wounded by this opposition, that your inner instincts are much different from your outer instincts. Even I feel this may have to deal with the LB, or I'm not sure if I am going to say that right, but you may be a homosexual or a lesbian or a transgender or something of that nature, that also feels very tied into traditions and got a lot of rejection in the past, because you feel a certain way which wasn't accepted, and that hurts. There is no easy way of dealing with this, but what I can say you is, I don't know what your age is, but if you are mature and if you have a place of your own, you can, of course, and you probably have already done that, make this space for yourself in which you can be who you are, and then whenever you go into your family or church or whatever this situation represents, you can just for that moment abide to the traditions and just keep this for yourself in order to prevent more wounding and more damaging of your self-confidence, because that's what you need to build. So don't open yourself up if you know you are going to be rejected anyway. Leave it where it is. Don't doubt yourself because other people think you should be different, because no one has the right to tell you who you are. Only you know who you are. So if they say things that are contrary to how you feel you are, leave it. Sometimes it's better to not enter the discussion, but just leave it and think for yourself, you know what, they are stuck in this tradition. They probably denied who they were as well, and they did it very thoroughly. They forgot who they are in total regard. So they lost entirely contact with who they really are. And you need to create this space to be who you are and to live how you feel you are. So that is very much the intuition. This is very strongly about the rejection of your inner impulses. So if you were happy and you wanted to dance and sing, you got scolded. no, we need to be quiet. Maybe one of your parents was sick and couldn't deal with happiness or noise or things like that. Or maybe, like I said, it's church or a very strict schooling system. Things like that. And they can definitely wound yourself. But also I see that you should try not to make things worse than they are. It's good to recognize that you were not recognized, and it's also good to recognize that that caused wounds and hurt and damage your self-confidence. But you know, it's not irreversible. You can build it up again if you create space for yourself where you can be who you are and act out on your intuition, on your own impulses, on who you are. And that will finally bring people into your life that are much more fitting than this tight traditions, this strictness and limitations in your expression. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, please leave a like, share and comment. You can also become a Patreon and get access to exclusive material and a discount on my personal readings. I used to have my Facebook group at private settings, but I decided to open it up because I want to see it grow and I want more members on that group as well. I'm still working on it. I'm still finding my way in what to do with that page, but I hope you may be interested in taking a peek there. I'll leave the link in the description box below. If you like a personal reading, you can contact me. My email address is in the description box below. If you don't want that but like to see more of my videos, you can subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye. For those of you who chose the Orchid andara, I will prepare your reading now. Okay, very clear. So these are your cards. Let me turn them over and see what we have here. We have reminiscing or contemplating. I'm not sure how to translate it. We find the card of love. We find the lovers again. This is amazing. Because they are both the same great arcana. Again, like the previous reading, also this oracle decided to give me 2 cards. Again, the same cards, like in the previous reading. Wow. The healing heart and self-confidence. And the angel therapy cards also gave me 2 cards. And we have the Archangel Michael and letting go. So let me put them in this way so that you can see all the cards. Very clear. I'm not sure if you have lost a love or maybe you are thinking about your love relation. Because of course this card is about contemplating, thinking about. We find again lion in this card. We also find a lion in this card. And we have the Lover's card 2 times in this reading. Now this can go both ways. This can mean either you are contemplating about your love relationship. You are the warrior. You are always worrying. Is he faithful? Does he really love me? Are we good for each other? Am I good for him? Is this going to be the one? Maybe you are very much into overthinking, literally overthinking. There is a strong love relationship in your life. It is a relationship that you have committed to, and either it means that you doubt this relationship, or it could mean two things, It could mean that you doubt the relationship, or you are a doubtful person yourself. And what I see in these cards, it means that the doubt is not as much related to your relationship. I suspect your relationship is actually quite good, but it may not be perfect. And these little things that are not perfect easily bring doubt in your thoughts. That is of course because your heart has been wounded and your self-confidence has been damaged. Maybe you think lowly of yourself, and it's very hard for you to believe that your partner really loves you. And especially when he forgets something, maybe he forgets your anniversary, or he forgets to bring flowers on your birthday, or things like that make you doubt if he really, really loves you. And now I'm speaking about this person as a he, but it can also be a woman, of course. So this feeling of doubt is very much dominating your view on this relationship. And the angels, Archangel Michael, he is the most amazing angel that you can wish for, in my opinion. He will always protect you, and he protect you against deceit and deception, and in battle, if you are wounded, he is there. He helps you heal. For me, he is the ultimate protector, and he shows up in your cards. And also the message of letting go shows up. And I have to say, this card says, work together with Archangel Michael to let go what doesn't serve your purpose anymore. And then we find this card of Archangel Michael. So what I see here, that Archangel Michael is here, and he helps you heal this, and therefore heal that, so that you can truly enjoy your relationship. Use this. Pray to Archangel Michael, meditate to Archangel Michael, and try, whenever you feel this doubt coming up, try to let it go, and imagine that Archangel Michael is there to help you let go. He has a very sharp sword with which he can cut away these doubts. So imagine that is going on. On the other hand, there may be something else going on. So this may be a message for someone else who's watching, because multiple people watch the same reading, and I usually have a quite consistent message, but this can go both ways. Either the doubt is in yourself because of your wounds, and you need to let go in order to heal, because if you can let go of your doubts, you will heal your heart, you will regain faith in your lover and in love itself, which will strengthen your self-confidence and will heal your heart, and therefore you become, you get into this upward cycle. On the other hand, this can mean that there is a love relationship in your life that takes up a large portion of your life, and although I don't see any signs in this reading about that, it can mean that this relationship is more of a prison than a relationship. And maybe you are in a relationship with someone who makes you doubt, someone who breaks your heart, someone who breaks your self-confidence. And in that case, Archangel Michael can help you let go and get out of this relationship. So there's two messages here. Either you have a good relationship, but the doubt is in yourself because of previous experiences that need to heal, and you can call upon Archangel Michael to help you heal and help you let go, so that you can use this relationship to further heal and get into this upward cycle. On the other hand, it can mean that you are in a toxic relationship with someone who makes you doubt yourself. Are you good enough? Someone who disappoints you and breaks your heart and breaks your confidence down. That could be a sign that you are in a relationship with a narcissist. Maybe you went into this relationship a little too fast, and when you got in there, you discovered things are not as they seemed in the beginning. Because I feel manipulated, I feel used, I feel my partner is making me doubt myself. He's making me doubt my intentions, and therefore breaking down my self-confidence. If you are in this situation where you are made to doubt because of your partner, this is a strong sign that you need to let go. You need to get out of there. And if this is the case, I can advise you to let Archangel Michael help you. And also, I have been in a relationship like this myself, and I can assure you, if you're in there, work quietly towards a solution where you can get out of this relationship. Don't share this with your partner. Just make sure that there's a place you can go to. You have some money to start anew, and make sure that you can provide your own income, or maybe you need to return to live with your parents for a while, but make sure that there is a place you can go to. You have a bit of money. Make sure that you make all the arrangements quietly, and then without letting your partner know where you are going or when you are going, quietly leave the scene. Because if this is a narcissistic relationship and your partner finds out that you are intending to leave him, he will unleash hell upon you. So be very, very careful if you are in this kind of relationship, if you need to escape it. It's very difficult, and therefore again, Archangel Michael is a very powerful protector and a very powerful help. Ask him, call him, ask him for help, ask him for protection, ask him for guidance to be able to get yourself out of this situation. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, please leave a like, share and comment. You can also become a Patreon and get access to exclusive material and a discount on my personal readings. I used to have my Facebook group as a private group, but I decided to open it up because I want to see it grow and I want to see more members join. So if you're interested, I leave a link in the description box below. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with the page, so if you join, please bear with me, but we will find a way to make it a very enjoyable group. If you want a personal reading, you can contact me. My email address is in the description box below. If you don't want that but like to see more of my videos, you can subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you an amazing day. Be blessed. Bye! So for you who chose the pink andara, I will prepare your reading. Okay, these are your cards. I will turn them over. I got 2 cards from this deck. The first card is Higher Up, if I translate that correctly. And the second card is Keep Your Childlike Spirit. Also 2 cards from this deck. We have the Queen of Water and the Page of Earth. We have the 6 of Fall or Autumn, and that is akin to the 6 of Pentacles. We have the card Make a Wish. And we have the card Mediumship. Now I must say I find it hard to make a consistent reading because there's a lot of snippets in this reading. We have, let me begin with this one, the Mediumship card, the Make a Wish card, and the 6 of Pentacles. These 3 together give me the feeling that you have, of course, the mediumship qualities, so you can get in touch with people who have been, who have deceased, and there's also this magical moment where you can make a wish, and then there is this generosity and reciprocity. So what I feel here is that in this time of year, I suspect that you have lost someone who went higher up. Someone fell from your life maybe a while ago, and they moved on. They left their body and their spirit is still there, and this card is also about very strong intuitive feelings. So what I feel in this row of cards is that you are a medium, and either you are working for others, but you can also be the one that is getting in touch with your own loved ones because of your mediumship. And you have this, I suspect the people that you've lost are still there with you as a guide, and they help you to receive the things that you want. Your wishes will be fulfilled because of them, because of these people or that person that was deceased. And these 2 cards are both about innocence, are both about being young of heart, being young of mind, being willing to learn, being open for all kinds of experiences. And that tells me that that is the basis on which you operate. Now that can have 2 sides, because if you have this basis, you are usually considered naive by a lot of people, and that will also result in people trying to scam you, people trying to manipulate you, people think you are stupid and that they can pull all sorts of tricks on you. And most of the time you probably, because of your own innocent spirit, you fall for that. So that leads to a lot of disappointment. But on the other hand, what balances it out is that you have a very rich inner life, a very spiritual, high vibrational life. You are very medium, a very talented medium. You can get in touch with all sorts of entities and deceased people, and they help you and they guide you through your path, and they also fulfill your wishes, maybe in a very small sense, maybe in the sense that if you want to if you want to have a happy holidays, that not necessarily comes in great material gain, but the small little things that you find a coin on the street, or an unexpected present, or things like that. Someone coming into your life and bringing something that you've always wished. These little things of coincidence, which really aren't coincidence, but they are the people that you get in touch with on the other side. So what I see here is, I did this reading with the question for information for the ones who are grieving, and this is the information that I get. So maybe I feel you have a quite magical life, all sorts of happy coincidences and lots of meaningful experiences, and people come into your life. So that magical part is what gets you through everything, even though your life is sometimes, you feel duped a lot by other people because of your innocence, because of your possibly inexperiencedness. It can also mean that you are quite a young soul, which means you are a not so experienced soul, not experienced in this world at least, but you carry with you a very strong connection with the other world, and that means this mediumship card and this magical life. I really see you have a magical life. You can see the magic in every little thing. You can see the magic in a butterfly in November. You can see the magic in waking up in the morning and finding the world transformed in a snowy fairy tale landscape. And this way of looking at the world gets you through everything. Even if you lost people, even if you feel lonely sometimes, or misunderstood, or even if you feel like a stranger in this world, you feel like you are debased sometimes, like maybe you even have you have sort of I can't find a word, where you miss the place that you came from. You may even have memories to it. I see this fairy tale realm that you are very strongly connected to. You could be the person who sees fairies or gnomes. You are the one who speaks to angels and fairies, but also to your deceased grandmother, for instance. So this is an incredible magical reading. It took me a while to get a hold on what is going on here, but this is about innocence. This is about highly spiritual, highly intuitive, emotional, feeling, sensitive, connectedness to the other realm, and therefore connection to everyone who has passed on to that realm. You are never alone, even though you may be physically alone. You are never alone. There are so many beings around you, fairies, angels, and deceased loved ones, and you can connect with all of them. Don't let the harshness of this world change your spirit, change your heart, change your innocence. And I know that it's very hard. I am like this a bit. And I know it's very hard to not become bitter sometimes, because so many people try to pull one on you. But you know you can trust on the beings that you have around you in the other realm. Also, I find it very beautiful to see this pink card with this pink andara. There's a lot of pinks in these cards as well. So there's a lot of pinks and greens, which is also very much about innocence and innocent love. The childlike innocence and the openness. And, you know, some people have very dark fantasies, but you don't. You never think of skulls or wearing black robes and doing creepy rituals in the moonlight or something like that. You are the person that's surrounded by rainbows and unicorns and flowers and butterflies and fairies, and that's what your fantasies are about. That's what you dream about. That's what your heart longs for. Find a way to express that. Either you can use this gift to help other people to get a glimpse into this magical world, or you can express it to creative endeavors like painting or craftsmanship of a kind, or there's many things you can do to express this magical feeling. You can make magical dresses if you like sewing and things like that. So please don't let this world change you. Be present in your innocence. Even if the world isn't like you, that doesn't mean that you should become like the world, or the world has any right to say that you cannot be who you are. If you like pink glitters, please sprinkle them everywhere. Be who you are. Don't let the world change you, and find your spiritual footing and grounding in this other realm where your home actually lies. Wow. I had to say, in the beginning I find it difficult to figure out what this means, but now I am into it. I can totally see. I wish I could join you in this wonderful place because it looks amazing. Please go there whenever you feel brushed off or trodden by the world. Don't let the world change you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like this video, please leave a like, share and comment. You can also become a Patreon and get access to exclusive material and a discount on my personal readings. I used to have a private Facebook group, but I decided to open it up because I want to see it grow. I want to attract more people to this group and make a beautiful group and connect with a lot of people there. I'm still trying to figure out how to utilize that page, but I will get there in time. So if you're interested to take a peek, I'll leave the link to it in the description box below. If you like a personal reading, you can contact me. My email is in the description box below. If you don't want that, but like to see more of my readings, you can subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you a magical day. Be blessed. Bye!